Political parties have welcomed a federal high court ruling that nullified part of the Independent National Electoral Commission's timetable for the 2027 general elections, describing it as a relief that could reshape preparations ahead of the polls. Now, the court decision comes after months of complaint from parties that INEC schedule was too rigid and restricted their ability to properly organize for the elections. They also complained that the timetable was squelched into a one that would definitely favor the ruling party and in every way kick against what they will definitely do. But with this very ruling, will it change the narrative is a question many Nigerians are asking. And after often changing the narrative, what will be the outcome, especially for the ruling party that seemed to be emerging a whole lot of issues immediately after the primaries? Would we get many defections going to other political parties? And can this ruling be seen as a push to truly bring pure democratic norms to the country? Well, all of this will take center stage on the show today as we look at not just the court ruling, but generally all that had transpired as it concerns the 2027 general election, with the primaries being conducted in the ruling party. And not only that, major critical stakeholders going to other political parties from the ADC to the NDC, all will take center stage today as we look at drama and intrigue as it concerns the 2027 election. That's what we're having as a major one. We're talking about drama and intrigues as it concerns the 2027 general election. And to truly help us talk about this is no other person but a political analyst and indeed one of high repute. We're talking of no other person but Prince Cogent Owhe. Good day and welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching me.
I love that. But I really also love to get your view as it concerns this recent ruling. Many will say it's not El Dorado yet, though, but it's more like setting the pace for other political parties to breathe. So let's look at it. Do you feel this ruling is in order? And honestly, how come nobody saw it coming?
It's in order. Okay. Because it's exactly what the Electoral Act says.
But, exactly what the Electoral Act says?
Yes, it's exactly what the Electoral Act says. But what INEC did with their timetable was to constrain the parties into a box and force them to act from that box.
Okay.
There's been a lot of tension, a lot of pressures being put on the parties. So what this ruling has done is to give them a great sense of relief.
A great sense of relief?
Yes. So they can actually go about the activities with regards to the upcoming elections. The election is, the presidential election is going to come up and hold on the 16th of January 2027.
Okay.
The Act, the 2026 Electoral Act says that the parties submit candidates, list of their candidates to INEC 120 days before the election.
Before the general election?
Before the general election.
Okay.
That is
120 days is 4 months.
Is 4 months.
Okay.
Now, if you, for the presidential election, if you take that backward, it will land you in
September.
In September.
October,
yes.
January. Okay.
So it's expected that you leave the parties. You leave them, give them leeway, give them whatever, however they wish to go with their primaries, give them, they should have their own timeline. Let them do their own thing. But they should follow the law, which is submit the names of their candidates by September. I think about at least September 16th.
Yes. At most.
At most, September 16th.
So what did INEC now do that differs from that very timeline? Let's really break it down for our viewers and those watching this program to do.
What INEC did is this. One, INEC, they said, let the parties submit their register. You know, let because the law says that if you want to contest for an elective position, and the Constitution says that you must belong to a party. So what this Electoral Act also says is that they want to be sure you are a member of that party. So they said, INEC, submit your register, your party register, showing us the members you have. Now, that submission of party register, INEC gave a timeline to it. That party register, what the law says is that that party register should be submitted before the primaries.
Okay.
That's what the law says. Yes. So that they are sure that whoever is voting,
voted for or voting for is a member of the party.
It's a member of the party.
Okay.
So INEC now said, I don't know. I don't know how they came about this May 30th date. But they came up with the May 30th date, and they also looked at it that you submit that register 21 days, the law, before the primaries. That's what the law says. So they fixed May 20th and said you have to submit your first. They gave April 21st. Okay. Then they now shifted it to May 30th. May 10th.
Yeah, 10th.
With all the primaries being conducted and concluded at least by May 30th. But what the court has said is that the court looked at the ruling and says, no, it is 120 days
before the election.
The important thing is for the party to submit the name of their candidate. If they like, they should do their primaries now. If they like, they can do it in June, they can do it in July, they can do it in August. So far, by the expiration of that 4 months before the election, they can submit their candidates. Now, apart from that, also, there's what they call substitution
of candidates.
A candidate may die. Yeah. It can happen. Yeah. A candidate may die, or a candidate can even change his mind.
I don't want to
I'm no longer interested.
Yeah.
I'm no longer interested. The law says it's 3 months before the time.
That's what the law says.
That's what the law says.
But that's 90 days.
That's 90 days. But what INEC has done here, it's they've given them, I think, they say withdraw of candidate last day. Presidential August 22nd, governorship September 19th.
So this is even more than 120 days. This is even close to 150 days, rather than what the law says of 90 days.
Yes. Now, what they've done is, because of the way the whole thing is tight, and there's this narrative that now says, before people fail election in a particular party,
you can jump ship.
Then they now jump ship. They feel you've not done the primaries well. You've not been fair to them. So they are angry.
You were swelled, you were
whatever it is. So they will now jump ship, go to another party, collect that party ticket, and some of them win.
Yeah,
with their new party.
Win. Yeah.
But what this timeline by INEC did is to constrain everybody into a box. If you lose your primaries here, because it's just the difference between party A, B, C, D holding their primary is just a matter of days. It's not even up to weeks.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of few days. So there's no way you can move from here to there, except you move before the primaries. Before the primaries, which I think there are some politicians that have moved.
Peter Obi did.
Yeah, Peter Obi did. Yes. There are also some in Delta State here. There are also some politicians who also moved before the
primaries itself.
Yes, the primaries. They moved to other parties. Okay. So with how it is now, also the publication of a list of candidates.
Yeah.
Look at it here. The timetable says September, publication of the list of timetable.
September 12th.
September 12th. For president. 10th of October for governors and State House of Assembly. Now, the law says 60 days before the election. If you look at 60 days, it's November,
December. Yeah, November.
So what the court is saying is that INEC must do what's in the law. They cannot on their own. Because what INEC
has a law of themselves.
No, what INEC did is to draw the date backwards. Some dates they drew it back by 2-3 months. Some they drew back by 2 months. So the court is saying, no, you don't have the power to do that. Leave the parties to do their own thing.
Yours is to follow the law.
Yes, your own is to follow the law. The parties, they should also follow the law. They will follow the law. Don't push them. Don't give them this timeline. It's unnecessary. So that's the basis for that court ruling. I've read some people saying, INEC will appeal. And I asked this simple question. Appeal to what? What would be the basis? What would be the ground
of their appeal?
For appeal? Because the court interpreted the act as it is. What INEC did before was wrong. I doubt if they will appeal.
Okay, now talking about wrong, I'm also a bit curious. Are you saying that most of these political parties did not see this? Because look at the timeline. Yes, we had some persons like Binga Hassan coming out to say, no, INEC doesn't have the right to put a timeline when it comes. Yes, but now the ADC did not go to court on this.
Yes.
The PDP did not go to court on this.
Yes.
Neither did the NDC go to court on this.
Yes.
But rather the YPP did.
A party owned by young
I'm a bit confused. Why did the major political parties did not see that INEC did not follow the law, but rather just set a time that was indeed not part of the act?
There's a tendency in our political culture, in our political system, which is the head culture.
Head culture?
Yes. HERD. You know, when you have...
the head culture.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, when you have group of animals, they all move in one direction together. They move in one direction. Even when there's an obstacle,
there's a danger.
They keep moving. There's a danger. They keep moving because everybody is moving in that direction. You hardly see one particular one
thinking outside the box,
thinking outside and moving out of the group. That is what our political system, actors and system, but that's what it does. They hardly think outside the box. You see, without these YPP going to court to challenge
INEC on this,
the system is already running. APC, they've by Sunday, I think, Sunday, they will round up their primaries.
In total. They started last week.
The other parties, they've also scheduled their primaries to make sure it lands on
according
the
to INEC timeline.
INEC timeline. But young people, that party, YPP, they went to court and challenged it. They went to court. They argued their case extremely well in court, told the judge, because it's clear. It's clear. There's no ambiguity with it. So it's clear this is the timeline. So why they went to court and said, why is INEC doing this when this is the timeline? This is what the law says. So the judge agreed with that and said, yes, it's true. This is what the law says. So it's the our political system, our political culture is such that people are scared.
Unnecessarily scared.
Yes, unnecessarily.
Because
people doing the right thing.
This is the law.
This is the law. Of people doing the right thing, they are scared. And that's why you see that those in power, they tend to ride rough shoulders over your head. Because they know that the average Nigerian politician is scared of doing the right thing. If you look at the primaries, you can't blame them. Those in power, they can use the resources, the machineries in their disposal to do whatever they like. And they know that if they challenge them, the outcome may not be too well for them. Okay. Look at Governor Fubara, a sitting governor who went to screen, who went to screen like his other colleagues that want to come back. Then there are some other two-term governors who want to be in the Senate. They've all been screened. Of all the governors in Nigeria, Governor Fubara is the only person that withdrew.
A serving governor.
Yes, a serving governor. He withdrew from the race a day before the race. So that tells you what is at play. And that's why our political actors, they behave the way they do. Once those in power face a particular direction, they say, let's face them. Let's face that same direction with them, because if we don't,
the outcome won't be nice.
The outcome won't be
Okay, well, anyway, we'll be looking at the outcome. And the outcome I want us now to look at is, yes, this has opened the window. This very ruling has opened the window for many of these politicians to easily now jump ship, which was not there before because of the timeline, not the law, but rather INEC timeline. Now let's look at it. Has this now been an opportunity or a reason for many of these aggrieved persons? We've seen a whole lot of issues during the primaries of the ruling party. Almost all the states seem to be enmeshed in one issue or the other. That even we had 2 states postponing their governorship primaries, Kwara and that should be Kwara and Bauchi. They had to because of the issues that arose. But in every state, there's one problem or over another. So do you see this as an opportunity for these major political players to jump in from the ruling party to other parties?
It is. It's a window that is open. Like I've mentioned somewhere I was making a comment on one of the social media platform, and they were talking about how you can't move from one party to the other because it's against the law. I said, no, it's not against the law. The law does not stop you from defecting to a new party. I said it's just the time. The timing is so short. And beside that, because they've already submitted the digital register of the members. So if you are a member of Party A, you cannot all of a sudden become a member of Party B the next day if you are defecting. But then, there's also nothing wrong with belonging to more than
one political
party. There's no law against
it. Forum.
As it is today, according to the law. Because although the House of Reps, they have made an attempt to criminalize your belonging to more than one party. And I was here in this studio and said, no, that is clearly against the freedom of our association. The Constitution gives every Nigerian that freedom to associate in whatever way you wish to. Today you be in APC, I say, oh, I'm no longer interested in being a member of APC. It's PDP I want to be. Fine, beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. But they wanted to criminalize membership and restrict people
from moving.
And the reason is simple. It's just that they feel that, like what they are doing, what we can see clearly now, what is going on with the primaries of the APC, because the APC is the party that is already doing their primaries. The other parties, they've not started. So we don't know how those ones will play out. We will wait for that before we come to any conclusion whatsoever. But you can see in APC, the mode of primaries are 2. That is the way to choose the candidate. 2, consensus, where the party agree. Not just the party agree now, but the candidates agree. They sign a document to say, we've agreed that so and so person would be the candidate. Or, if they don't agree, you know, say direct primary. It's not indirect, where delegates represent the interest of location, interest of the wards. But what we have now is all members of the party queuing up to vote. Now, what we've seen is that the experience we have is right now with regards to APCs, the party will just come out and say, we've endorsed Mr. So and so as our consensus candidate. The other candidate will say, no, we don't agree. We are not part of that discussion. Because normally, before you get to that consensus, the most important factor is the candidates, is the aspirants. You need to sort it out with the aspirant, because that's what the law says. If the aspirant agree,
then better consensus.
Yes. But if it doesn't agree, but what we are seeing is that they don't even care. They don't consult with the aspirants. They just come together, the leaders of the party in an area, in a constituency, in the state, they come together and say, this is the consensus candidate. And when the other aspirant says, no, we don't agree, that's okay, come for direct primaries. Now, these same people who have come together and say, this is the candidate, they are the people who are going to organize that primaries. And you think it will be fair to... They will mobilize their resources, the resources of the party, the structures of the party, to support whoever they've chosen as the candidate. And that is what has happened. We've not seen anywhere where that consensus candidate
emerged
as agreed by the leader of the party, losing to any other aspirant. We've not seen it. So it simply means that, before now, we were saying, direct primary is the best. The members of the party, they will all
have their own say.
They will have their own say. But we've not seen that. Honestly, if you ask me, let's go back to the delegate system.
Okay, now let's leave the delegate system and come to a delicate issue. And the delicate issue here is, do you see the rank of the APC dwindling, reducing, with the advantage of other political opposition gaining in on it on account of this?
It depends on the leadership of the party. Politicians, they have interest. Politics is all about interest.
Most certainly.
Basic now, it's the interest of the aspirants is to make sure that they have the ticket of the party. Now, when they don't have the ticket of the party, how will the leadership of the party in the various states, in the various constituencies, how are they going to reconcile that interest of those aspirants that are aggrieved? Can they reconcile those interests? Can they bring them back into a fold? Can they make certain promise to them? Can they give them options that they will accept wholeheartedly and now work for the success of the party? If they are unable to do that, definitely with this ruling of this the High Court ruling of day before yesterday, a lot of people will jump ship and go and look for ticket elsewhere, because the truth of the matter is that there are certain aspirants that can win election in a particular constituency. When you shut them out and they agree and they jump ship, they go to somewhere else, pick a ticket, and they will win.
So this is a win-win for democracy itself.
Yes. It's the best throughout so far so good with the electoral process up to this point. It's been one crisis or the other. The parties, the opposition parties, they are in crisis. Something is always wrong and all that. I think this is one of the bright lights shining into the process, this court ruling itself.
Well, anyway, it is, and that's why we're having it as a major discourse today on the show. We're looking at that very court ruling, barring the Independent National Electoral Commission in putting its own timetable, or rather putting its own timeline, different from that of the Electoral Act 2026. And many will say, indeed, just like our guest, Prince Cogent Owhe has said, it seems to be more like a win for democracy and itself for the other opposition parties who have always kicked against the timeline and prayed for an extension. But anyway, talking about extension, we're not going to end it here. We're going to extend our discussion into something else. Now, let's look at it. We're still looking at the preparation of political parties as it concerns the general election come next year.
Okay.
And just like what we have now, we have close to like 7 months to go, if up to.
Yes.
Now, let's look at the preparedness of the APC has done their primaries, and they've never shied away from telling us that they were ready.
Yes.
And it looks as if many even complained that INEC was almost following their path rather than being a genuine umpire.
Yes.
Well, forgive my language. That's what they said, not me. Now, but let's come to the issue of how really prepared other parties are. And one political party I want us to start with is one that prided itself as the largest political party in Africa some couple of decades ago.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the People's Democratic Party. As it stands now, that very party, under the leadership of Nyesom Wike, has come out to say, well, the other faction being run by Makinde that form alliance with the APN is null and void. Let's look at how prepared PDP is, because in all indication, one person that has collected it now, or is perceived to collect the presidential ticket that we've heard of, is former President Goodluck Jonathan. Let's look at the PDP. Are they ready for this?
The PDP, as it is, I've been saying that all along. The crisis with the PDP, it's dependent on the singular fact of who will be the presidential candidate of the party. That's how this whole crisis is. If you solve that equation, the crisis disappears overnight. Wike, who is now the strong man of the party, who has the party in his pocket, has always insisted that the party will back the present president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So the other members of the party who have been in a struggle with him, they said, no, we have our own party, we should have our own candidate. So that's the challenge. That's the only problem PDP has. Right now, there are two factions. What I wonder, because Nyesom Wike is recognized, Nyesom Wike's faction is recognized by INEC.
Yeah.
Reason being that the chairman of that faction, the secretary of that faction, their name are on the INEC portal. So it means that they can submit candidates. The Turaki Makinde Bala faction, their name are not on the portal. That means they cannot submit any candidate to INEC. So I'm even surprised that they said they've screened former President Goodluck Jonathan as their sole presidential candidate.
Maybe they are also hopeful for a court order to also help them in every way give credence to picking Goodluck Jonathan, credence of them leading the party. But for now, like you said, the only recognized faction is that of the Wiki-led faction, who has also come out to say they don't have any presidential candidate.
No.
But they are solely behind the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself. Now, let's leave the PDP because it looks as if they are still well immersed in the crisis and we're not having any resolution anytime soon. Let's come to the ADC, which seems to be more stable. The ADC, but with Turaki Adamawa, and we're talking about the former vice president of this country leading the charge, which most persons feel would definitely clinch the ticket of the ADC. Where is he going to? Where is the party really headed?
There's something I'd like to mention with regards to PDP.
Okay.
Makinde, Bala, the Turaki faction. If you watch, Bala has defected to APM.
APM.
Makinde has also declared his own ambition that he wants to contest as president.
Under the APM.
Under the APM. Then his own choice successor for the governorship of Oyo State is also running under APM. And they say they are screening Goodluck Jonathan as
the PDP.
As a PDP candidate.
So are you saying in all we might
not
get
serious.
Jonathan as APM presidential candidate?
No, Jonathan is not going to run. Yes, Jonathan is not going to run. It's what Makinde, Bala, and Turaki. They are gambling. They are gambling. They are not serious. Because if they were serious, they won't move to APM. Yes.
You still remember with the PDP that is a massive problem?
They know that.
That Wike is holding the political structure?
They know that the structure is with Wike. They know that. They are not being truthful. If they are not being truthful, if not, they should have remained with PDP. You cannot say we are screening former president and he's our sole candidate, and you yourself saying it.
You are not in the.
You've went to another party to declare your own presidential ambition. Then the other governor has also moved to APM to also declare his own senatorial ambition. They are not serious. They are not. They are gambling and they are playing to the gallery.
Okay, let's not.
Then to the ADC.
Yes, let's stick with that and leave.
Right from time, I've always maintained that a man cannot build a house. As you are now, you build a house. Then somebody will come and say, this house that you built, that he wants to take over the house.
Or lie down on the master's bed.
Yes. You are the owner of the house. You won't allow it. Never, ever. Atiku Abubakar, Turaki Adamawa, former vice president of Nigeria, built ADC. I've always maintained that.
Yes.
Built ADC.
And that's why we're having you back on this platform, because all that is happening now, you predicted. So let's go ahead.
Now, built ADC. And the only reason why he opened it up is for it to gain acceptance in the South. He opened it up so that when Southern politicians, they come in, it will gain acceptance in the South. But that goal his goal, his focus, he has never flinched from it, of being on the ballot for 2027, and that's the reason why he puts together ADC. So when Obi joined the party, I've always maintained that. Why will Obi join the party? Can't he see clearly that this man has put together this party? Is he going to build his house and hand over the house to you?
And give the keys.
Give the keys to you. He will not. So that's what exactly is playing out now. Look at the other, I think, was it last week? Amechi stormed out of the meeting.
Yeah.
Amechi also says, look, I want the ticket of ADC.
And funny enough, in a very viral video interview, when he was mistakenly called the vice presidential candidate of the ADC,
he refused.
He filmed.
He filmed. He said, no, I didn't come to ADC to become the vice presidential. I want to be the presidential candidate. I want the ticket. Am I not qualified to have the ticket? But I look at it and said, why? What are you talking about?
But do you see an implosion there also at the end of the day? Or do you feel Rotimi Amechi would finally succumb and be the vice presidential candidate to Atiku Abubakar, who owns the party or perceived to own the party?
Honestly, I thought seriously about, I thought that Amechi was primed as also
Presidential hopeful?
No, not presidential hopeful. I thought that he was hoping to get that VP ticket in ADC. I thought that was what he was playing for.
Okay.
It was Peter Obi, I know right from time, that he has been saying that, look, I want to be on the ballot. I'm going to be on the ballot or nothing. I'm not going to be the deputy to anybody. He has always consistently said that. But for Amechi, I'm not surprised.
That Amechi is not queuing into
Yes, he's saying, no, I want it. Now, Amechi is saying that, let's go and have primaries. And I'm even surprised at him saying that. Can he defeat Atiku, who has the structures of the party in his pocket? It's Atiku. You can't defeat, from the experience we have in there with APC, you cannot defeat the structures of the party.
Yeah.
No matter how good you are, no matter, they will come and defeat you in your own house.
Okay, now, it's obvious the ADC will go towards the line of Turaki Adamawa.
Definitely.
Let's now look at the NDC.
That one is sealed.
The sole presidential candidate have been given to no other person but Peter Obi. Yeah. And if you do know, the obedient movement, undermining is a bit not too loud for the now. Many will say you will not in every way compare the obedient movement of 2022 up to 2023 to these.
Definitely.
So let's look. The NDC, are they going to have a free slate, and do you see them indeed pulling ground come 2027?
The dynamics of 2023 and 2027 are different. By 2023, late Muhammadu Buhari was alive.
Okay.
He was the outgoing president.
Okay.
He was a northerner, and he was ending his tenure.
Okay.
Now, at that time, the South came together and said, the North has had this tenure for 8 years. We want to have our own share of 8 years. So when the PDP as a party, in short, the politicians of the South, all of them, they agreed. They had a meeting first in Asaba. Then they now went to have another meeting in Lagos.
Yes.
All the governors in the South, across party lines, they agreed. Now, Atiku Abubakar had his own plan.
Yeah.
And he masterminded that plan and succeeded with the plan and picked the ticket of PDP right under
the nose
of Nyesom Wike, who was coasting to victory. In fact, that singular action is what has caused the crisis in PDP.
Up to tomorrow.
Up to tomorrow. Now, when Atiku Abubakar, a northerner, emerged and says, I'm going to be president, the South was angry. They were angry. You know, at that time, the whole of the South, everybody was supporting Nyesom Wike. That is one of us. It's our turn. Why didn't this party give him
ticket.
Gave him the ticket. But Atiku already has a ticket. And that was the main reason why a vice presidential candidate in the person of former Governor Ifeanyi Okowa lost the presidential election in his own state. Because people were angry at that ticket.
And felt it was not following the unwritten agreement
of rotation of power between North
and South.
Presidential power between North and South. So people were angry with that ticket. And they voted to show the anger.
But now is a different dynamic.
Now
we
that's why
two Southerners there.
That's why I said that is just one part of the equation. The other part of the equation is APC as a party in preparation for 2023, they chose Bola Ahmed Tinubu as their presidential candidate. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a Muslim.
Yeah.
They now went ahead because there's also this unwritten agreement of the Christian and Muslim to be on the same ticket. APC went ahead to choose Shetima, former governor of Borno State.
And indeed, the now vice president of the nation.
And now the vice president of Nigeria. The presidential candidate of APC then was a Muslim. The vice presidential candidate of APC then was also a Muslim. So the Christians, they said, no, it can't happen. They reacted. And they voted in anger
against that.
Especially Christians in the South. In the South and the Middle Belt. Now, the obedient movement was a movement of young people who felt that things were not going well the way they should be for the country, that they needed a change. And in Peter Obi,
they saw that change.
They saw that change. They feel strongly that this man will move this country to the next level to give us the needed change. So the youths of this country supported Peter Obi because they wanted a change. They were not satisfied with the way the country was going. The Southerners supported Peter Obi because they were angry at the PDP Northern ticket. The Christians of the South and Middle Belt, they were also angry at that. So these three groups supported Peter Obi in the 2023 election.
Is that same support in 2027?
Now, in 2023, Peter Obi made the attempt, the alliance now he has with Kwankwaso. Peter Obi made the attempt to have that alliance.
As of then?
As of 2023. But Kwankwaso said, oh, Peter Obi he showed arrogance, pride, and said he's a more experienced, older politician, and he doesn't think that
he can go
under Peter Obi to be his vice. So now, if Kwankwaso was Peter Obi's vice, both of them will be in Aso Rock.
You feel so?
Definitely.
If it was 2023?
Yes, they will have won. They will have won. How?
Oh yes, if you amount the vote that Peter Obi won during the election, you added it with that of NNPP, it would have been more than that of the APC.
No, it wouldn't even be up to. But this is what will have happened.
Yes.
If you watch the votes of Peter Obi, extremist county in the north. In most states, it didn't score even up to 5%. If Kwankwaso was on that ticket, he would have done. Yes, he would have done better, far better. They will have been in Aso Rock. So for me, it's too late.
So you do not see that happening with the present?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. The dynamics now are different. The president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he understood what played out in 2023. And the first steps he started taking was to nullify the Obi factor. The steps he took was to nullify the Obi factor. He started lobbying the Southern governors to be on his side. 2023 election, Obi won in the southeast.
Yes.
The 5 states of the southeast.
Yes.
And won in 5 states of the south.
Yes.
Except Akwa Ibom.
Yes.
So what Jagaban, Asiwaju of Bogu Kingdom in Niger State did was to nullify that factor. So all this while, what he has been doing is to make sure that the certain governor, the certain political structures, they are queued behind him. Because he doesn't trust the North. The North, they don't like him.
But don't you feel Makinde could a bit rattle that belief? Because remember, he's also from the Southwest ethnic nationality. Now going for presidency, would he not not split the vote?
No. The best Makinde can do is to win Oyo State. Can't do more than that.
But would the president not need Oyo?
No. If even Makinde is going to win Oyo State, the margin will be slim. The president will get what he needs from Oyo. The president, what I'm saying now, the president already has the political structure, presently as it is, of the South, queued behind him. The Southwest, the Southeast,
the South,
and the South, queued behind him. Now that political structure may not necessarily deliver you
into victory.
But it is hoped, because the people on the streets may say to hell with that structure. But I've mentioned here before that the southern politics and northern politics
is
different. Southern politics, the structure dictates the pace. They say this is where the direction is, and they give the order. And the people on the street, they follow. So we don't know. What I would say definitely here now is, let's wait for the campaigns. Let's see how the campaigns play out. At that point, you will know whether the obedient movement will still be as viable, formidable as it was before. I doubt if the Christians they are still angry at that ticket, the Muslim ticket.
Okay.
I don't think so, because they've seen that that ticket means no harm. So far, the president has been president for almost 4 years now. Yeah. He hasn't done anything unusual to harm Christians in this country. Instead, he's even lobbying them. He tells us, which is a fact, that look, my wife is a Christian. My wife is even a pastor.
But tell me one other fact, because time is not a friend. I will really need to go. Tell me another fact.
Okay.
I don't want you to be a prophet of either doom or prosperity, but I want you to be more factual than ever.
Okay.
Is the APC going to clinch it with what seems to be on ground?
60%, I think so. 60%, but like what I said, let's look at the campaign. 60%.
For the now?
Yes, without being biased, without sentiment, without anything. 60%, I think so. But that's why I'm saying let's wait for the campaigns. Now, the joker, the plot by Atiku Abubakar, we should not also undermine it. There are a group of Northerners who are grieved and angry with this president. Yeah. Atiku is the rallying point for that group
of angry Northerners.
Yes, Northerners. So,
and El-Rufai is still in detention. So it continues.
El-Rufai is in detention. Most likely El-Rufai will come out. Now, El-Rufai may define what these elections is going to look like. The reason being that with the death of President Muhammadu Buhari,
everybody's putting.
If Buhari was alive, I would have said, look, let's watch the direction Buhari would follow. Because Buhari has a knot until his death. For all the elections since 2003, if he says go this way, they go. They follow him. They love him.
Yeah. During the CPC
connection. To AMPP to before APC. So now, El-Rufai is also very loved in the North. more than Atiku Abubakar.
That's why I brought him up.
Yes. El-Rufai is much loved in the north. Kwankwaso is also much loved in the north. Another northerner very loved is the Emir of Kano, Sanusi. He's not a politician. He's a king. He's an emir. The direction El-Rufai will face in this election, he may define what these elections will look like. He may define who will win.
Okay. Well, anyway, while we wait for that definition, I would really need to tell you we're really out of time. And I need to also use this opportunity to thank you so much. If you are following the discussion at home, you will understand that all we are saying is bringing it to your table on a pure, plain level for you to truly think, reflect, and try to understand. We're talking about the drama, the intrigues, all that seems to be playing out and will certainly play in the coming months ahead. What's your take on that? But what we'll take away the issue of you having really to do justice to this. We really need to thank you so much. We can't take that away, but rather acknowledge. That's what I mean. We really want to acknowledge that. Thank you so much. I'm talking of no other person but political analyst Prince Cogent Owhe. And funny enough, in case most of them don't know, you're also indeed a kind of a monitoring observer group when it comes to the election. So now
sometimes we do that for the election.
For the election. So now you understand his deep understanding of the Electoral Act and the direction INEC needs to follow. It looks as if they don't know that about you. I needed to bring that for them to understand. But all the same, thank you so much for your time. And thank you for your insightful, unbiased analysis of what seems to be happening. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Deltans. Thank you, Nigeria. Wherever you are, all over the world, you are watching us for. Thank you. I'm grateful and happy to be here.
Well, anyway, for me, it's more like a wrap on the show today. Always like that. And I'll say, indeed, it has been indeed insightful. And also that show of acknowledgement that indeed what we enjoy doing here is bringing to you this every lovely weekday from Monday to Friday, all in a bid for you to enjoy your time with us, see how the things are, and indeed see how you can always get better informed and also entertainment to follow. Well, anyway, I need to say, if you have any more of your gist or anything you need to add up, comments, reaction, please drop them on our different social media platforms, which funny enough is already there on your screen. I'll be more than happy to have it. God bless you. Let's see how we'll do this come next week. Bye for now.